Shut up and sit down.
Hello everyone and welcome to our main story quest line here at Grey Ogre Games. It's Final Fantasy card game night. My name's Mick. I'm your host for tonight. We're watching the match here between Ryan and Marco. Oh, I got the names upside down. Okay, so Ryan is on the left and Marco is on Marco is on the left and Ryan here is on the right. Yeah, making changes on the fly because, you know, we are live. This is not a pre-recording. This is not like some like, oh, I'm going to record and then replay and stuff like that. No, this is live. People are having fun here at Grey Ogre Games, 83 Club Street. If you ever find yourself, you know, if you're a Final Fantasy player and you ever find yourself, you know, wanting to play some Final Fantasy, just come on down on Friday nights. That's when we have our weekly tournaments. And on top of that, it's also an XP tournament. It's part of the the Singapore Invitationals, the Nationals they call it. Yeah. Hey Joe, come on, grab a mic.
Hey, but I don't know what's going on in this game.
It's
anymore,
okay.
man.
All you have to do is type into MogNet.
Yes, boss.
And then bring up the cards as and when I say.
Yes, boss.
Alright.
Where's the search?
Yeah. Where's the search? Oh no. Right in the top corner. Top right hand corner. Yeah, okay, so Marco here. Wow, Kefka and starts off with a monk. I'm guessing Marco is playing Gobez Love. You know? Heart, Gobez Heart. Oh, I like Gobez a lot. Like it a lot. I like it a lot.
I like it long time.
Yeah, just click on the six cost Gobez. Okay, so cool feature here. Let's bring up the card feature. Gobez. Gobez. Oh, xiao. 6 crystal points. When Gobez is put from the field into the break zone, you may search for up to 4 forwards of cost 2, each of different element, and play them onto the field. Their auto abilities will not trigger. So, stuff like Rigdea can trigger. Things like, what are the 2 costs are there? Gadot does not trigger. Jackie Ang, hello. Daryl says there, faith in Marco. Isn't Daryl here? Oh, no, Daryl's not here. 100 on Marco not playing Gobez. Okay, so maybe Marco is not playing Gobez. Oh no, something's gone wrong with the camera.
Oh.
It looks like.
Shit.
Okay, I think.
Technical hard.
Yeah, technical difficulties. Okay, so I'm going to do something very drastic. Joe, keep them entertained.
La 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 la. Apologies for the technical difficulties. We've been experimenting with a new system, so there's still a bit of kinks for us to work out. Just give us a bit of time. Mick is working his magic on the computer. So Mick, I hear that there are going to be monsters in the next set.
Monsters? Whoa, scary.
I'm scared of Monster Mine.
Scared of monsters? Okay. Alright, okay. We're back.
Again. But
We're
I
back.
hear that it's essentially the parallel to Magic the Gathering is artifacts.
Enchantments.
Enchantments.
Yeah.
I see.
Artifacts like the backups are like mana rocks, and then monsters are like enchantments. If you do play Magic the Gathering, it's really similar. It feels similar. So
Yeah, but I think that well, the thing that attracted me to, I mean, I honestly I don't have time to play anything, so
oh yeah.
the thing that, well, except for World of Warcraft, I suppose. But the thing that attracted me to FF is that I think strategically, the fundamental strategy is different from Magic, which is it's like a different like experience altogether. I mean, like the tempo and some of the like fundamental theories that we come to accept from Magic the Gathering, which is really the source of a lot of card games, and it's mirrored in a lot of card games, is not really present. Or I mean, like it is turned around in FF. So I'm sorry again, the camera is frozen. Mick is again on his hands and knees trying to solve the problem. And
I'll be right back.
and Mick is now gonna rush out.
Keep talking and nobody dies.
I keep talking, nobody dies. Yeah. Save the stream, save the world. You know, running commentary on Mick trying to solve the problem. So yeah, just stay tuned. Mick is gonna try and solve the problem, and then hopefully we can get some games of FF back on the stream. In the meantime, maybe those who are watching can put on the stream what are the cards that they are most excited about from the next opus that's going to be released. I believe tomorrow. Pre-release is tomorrow, right?
Yeah, pre-release is tomorrow.
But release is going to be next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
that's the stuff. Man,
tell us what excites you.
For a guy who doesn't play too much, you know a lot about what's happening in Final Fantasy scene. Don't lie, Joe. You secretly... You just want to play.
No, I hear the updates from Mark whenever he briefs me about what's happening in the next week. So that's good to. I mean,
it's good to stay abreast.
Like, yeah. I think it's just it's a game that we hope will pick up steam. You know, and I think there's quite an avid following. So now it's just to get more people involved. Which is the reason why we're doing the stream, right?
Yeah, exactly. For those of you who, if you're confused why we have a stream. It's mainly because we like to rewatch it, or at least players will rewatch whatever they're doing, and they learn from their plays. They understand like how it works and all.
Oh, here we go, Shantoto.
Shantoto gets
Blows
rid of
up the
everything. Yeah,
world.
let's bring up Shantoto. No, there was I think we had it just now.
One more, I think. There we go.
Shantoto. Yeah. Okay. So. For those of you who don't know the game, Shantoto enters the battlefield. It costs 7 and she's just a backup. But if she's on the field, it gains elements of fire, ice, wind, lightning, and water. And there'll be disco music that plays in the background.
Awesome. We should alter Shantoto to have some disco music. Disco lights and stuff like that. No, but yeah, so that's something that you see fundamentally very different in this game, that you can cast a high cost card very early because you sacrifice like resources in your hand.
Yeah.
In place of like the resource like the mana for those people who play Magic.
Wow, Scarmelion here with the Shulk causing Ryan to discard his hand. Ryan's playing a very aggressive deck. It's the fire ice deck that he's been...
The irony of this, right, is that this is the first deck that I lent to Ryan when he first started playing FF. I built this deck because I saw it online, and then he played it. And I think he liked it because, it fits his style. I know Ryan as a player for many, many years.
Who needs backups, right?
Yeah, man, just punch his face.
Just punch the face, yeah, exactly.
To the face.
Who needs backups? Backups are useless. Right, anybody in the chat, let us know. Backups useless, right? Backups are lousy.
No, man, I love backups.
Backups
you know
are
my
a
deck,
piece
the
of
deck
shit.
that I played, like,
oh man.
But of course it hasn't been tuned in like one opus.
No, it hasn't been tuned for so long, right?
That it's actually
it's
relevant
actually
again.
good
Yeah,
again.
There we go.
Full cycle.
That was my plan all along. Like, okay, I mean, like, just to bring some magic back into the stream, right? I was playing a game of Modern with Ben, right? I was playing, he built Grixis Death Shadow, and so I was playing my old collector company deck, and actually it does surprisingly well against Grixis deck.
So
Because it
it's
attacks
like-
it from a lot of angles. So yeah, okay. Back to FF though. Back to FF.
Yeah, so it goes one full circle. Let's bring up what Ryan just played, the Zidane.
Oh yes, I
Yeah.
bought like one starter deck from Opus 3 just to get
Just
Zidane.
for the Zidane, right? Let's search.
Or
Search up.
Zidane.
Zidane.
Oh,
Zidane.
Well, if you watch any kind of football, it's
Yeah, it's Zidane. You
No,
know, it's Zidane.
Zinedine
Zidane.
Zidane, man.
Zidane.
Zidane.
Oh yeah, man, he's Italian,
You
right?
say
So it's
potato.
Zidane.
He's French, man.
Oh, it's French, yeah.
You say potato, I say potato.
No man, Zidane. It's like simultaneously, it's Zidane.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Maybe the chat can tell us which one's which.
Hey man, it's
But
my
I-
favorite player, man. It's like,
Yeah, but I watched the '98 World Cup. I believe that it's Zidane. But you know.
fine. France.
Every-
Vive la France.
different people have different pronunciation, I suppose.
Okay, so Ryan here just played Zidane and Zidane.
Zidane.
Zidane is forward, a light forward. If you control a category 9 forward, you the cost for playing Zidane onto the field is reduced by 1, which is great because all you have to do is just give up 1 card or just tap two backups. And then when he enters the battlefield, so this is where Zidane is fantastic because it gives you the option to either draw a card, or your opponent discards a card, or you activate all category 9 characters you control. For those of you who are not familiar, characters are basically all the permanents that you have on the battlefield, or on the field, as they say.
Huh.
It's not the battlefield. So it
Well,
untaps, like, if
let's
you play the
go.
9 deck,
Yeah.
If you play
with
that,
Steiners but I think like there are a lot of good 9 backups. At least that's what I remember from my deck.
oh man, there's a lot. There's Artemision.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
who else? Oh, Aiko. There's
Aiko,
Mog.
Mog, yeah. So
yeah.
I the deck that I played, the Wind Water one, plays both Aiko and Mog, and I think that's the reason because
And yeah.
there's a concept of like just untapping, a lot of like tempo and control plays.
Yep.
But okay, let's do a rules clarification because Zidane is a light character, right? So
Yeah.
you can pay for it with any color card,
Yes, with any colored mana or any colored crystals.
any color
Okay.
crystals. there we go,
But
yeah.
you cannot discard any light or dark.
to pay for right,
crystals, yeah.
okay. So that's where it's offset a bit. But a little bit of history about Zidane.
Zidane.
Um, the reason why I bought the Opus 3 starter is because I think that the Japanese Nationals was played just after Opus 3 was released, and almost all the decks, regardless of what, were playing 3 copies of Zidane.
Oh yeah.
And I mean,
Man,
if
he's
you,
such a powerful card.
yeah,
Like,
and I mean like it's very in line with a Japanese style of play.
yeah. It's just give me options and make sure that if I'm ahead, maybe make sure that my opponent stays behind. If I'm behind, draw the extra card to try to get back into the game. Or just value that value play where you activate all category 9 characters you control. So it's a great play. Zidane is just a overall very
Yeah,
good
it's
card.
just value play, right?
Yeah,
it's like
just
the equivalent of like
value.
very very long time ago, Magic Gathering was Flame Town Kabu. Basically,
Oh, yeah.
you just get value when you play it. Or
4
that-
mana for 4/2 and then
Yeah.
kill a creature.
Or like
on
Jace the
other
Mind
side.
Sculptor, which I mean like that's probably not a good like mirror, but Jace was essentially you play Jace, you basically gain a card,
Yeah.
or at least you earn back the card that it costs to play Zidane.
Yeah.
Especially if you're using backups, right? If you're using backups to pay the
Yeah,
cost,
wow, it's just like, it's
basically-
free.
It's card neutral, it's free.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really good.
Okay, so Marco here. Marco here going on the offensive. Also playing. Looks like Marco is playing a very aggressive deck, like the Earth. I haven't seen this. Well, okay. So I have seen this combination before, Earth and Ice.
Yeah.
But I was guessing, Earth and Ice is usually a very slow, very slow and grindy deck. Like you use.
It doesn't really give you the impression of aggro, right?
Yeah,
Because it doesn't
exactly.
really have that many aggro plays.
Yeah, but Marco here, proving us wrong. He's playing Shulk, he's playing Jipao just to pump up his board. Overall, great character. Genesis, maybe let's bring up Genesis. So powerful, this guy. It's so difficult to find nowadays.
This one?
Yeah, Genesis, also French. when Genesis enters the field, choose one forward opponent controls. Dull it and freeze it, full stop. He's Shiva. He's basically a Shiva on a stick.
Wow, he's really good, man.
And when he deals damage to your opponent discards one card from his or her hand. So you know, if your opponent just doesn't have a follow-up play after you land a Genesis, and even if they do have a follow-up play after he lands Genesis, like, you know, it's possible you just get in. You know, get your opponent lower on cards. And cards in this game, by the way, is resource. And resource is so important. Like,
So
if you
important,
don't, if you don't have cards in your hand, you just can't cast stuff. Or you don't have, you know, you just don't have power, or you don't have gas.
And I mean, like, the trade-off isn't that big, right? Because, like, conventional 4-costed creatures or 4-costed forwards have
it's about 8,000, yeah, 8,000
8,000
power.
power. So you're not losing that much, you know, it's not like
Exactly.
6,000 or something. So seems pretty good, you know. Seems like a fairly good
It's a
creature.
fairly good card, yeah, exactly.
I need to stop saying magic terms. Right? Forward. Sorry,
Forwards.
forward. Not
It's a
creature.
creature.
Forward.
Hi Leon, welcome to the stream. Sa Hashimi is saying watching live and alive. Hello.
Isn't he playing?
Yeah, I know. I thought, yeah. Isn't Hashmi on the same? I'm guessing Hashmi can't hear us, right?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe
we'll
he's
check
sitting
that
right
out.
next
Yeah.
to. He's like sitting right next to Marco and like showing him his phone.
Yeah.
Hey Marco, this is you, and you can see Ryan's hand. It's like, oh, okay.
It's a good thing we don't have hand
So,
cams,
yeah.
but I mean, like, you get to see a little bit of what's going on there.
So Ryan here, well, man, he just froze the Scarmeleon. Marco in no danger of dying just yet, but he's gonna untap with 3 creatures, and Ryan's gonna be in a little bit of a pickle here.
I'll tap with 2, right? Because one is frozen.
No, there's a Genesis under the Jipal. There's a Genesis.
Oh, but okay, Snow is gonna freeze one guy, right?
Yeah. I think at this point he's gonna freeze one guy. I think Ryan did play a Shiva the previous turn. So Snow is a very underused character nowadays, but it's still very powerful.
There we go, Snow.
When Snow attacks, choose one forward and opponent controls Dalit, and if you cast the card named Shiva, this turn freeze it
as well,
also.
yeah.
And right now we have 3 versions of Shiva. One of them just deals damage. One of them is a EX burst, 3 mana. You dull and freeze a character, and the one that's a real killer, that's the Opus Tree Shiva, and for 2 crystal points.
Is it this guy?
No, Shiva.
Oh, Shiva, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So for 2 crystal points, right, you deal. That's the one. The
Nice
colorful
art.
one. Man, I love
Nice
the
art.
foil. I think 2 foils of this. It's like it's awesome art. Although it's all just like
Oh, this is
computer
really
generated,
good.
This thing, yeah. Choose up to 2 forwards and dull it. That's it. This is a finisher. This is like, okay, I'm just
Right,
gonna
right,
tap down
right.
your entire team, and now you die.
Oh, it's interesting that Ryan doesn't play Genesis, right? Because Genesis would seem to be really good in his deck.
I think he does.
Oh, okay,
Should be
okay.
playing like 2 copies of it. Because Genesis, like we mentioned before, is another Shiva. And
Right.
what you would love in your deck is probably 12 copies of Shiva.
Yeah.
Or something to that effect. You have Joe Nabat, which is half a Shiva
the backup that Ryan currently has on the
on
table.
the field, yeah. And he's probably gonna fire off.
Hi to
Zodiac,
Robert
and that's it.
Ryan from the Philippines. Wow, awesome.
Hi, Robert Ryan.
Ryan scoops it up. I think that's game.
Scoopity doop, and Marco gets it. Yeah, awesome sauce.
Aggro, Bitface.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
But I mean, the Shan Toto was pretty devastating.
yeah,
I think.
that was
like-
Ryan had like four
And
forwards. on
I
the
honestly
battlefield.
think that's the very interesting thing about the game, because while Shan Toto isn't like, this was a parallel game, right? If you cast a board sweeper, you don't really do anything to develop, right? It's like you cast a spell and then it's gone.
Yeah.
Casting Shan Toto actually gets you mana the next turn, so
Yeah.
it develops your board position. At the same time, it removes your opponent's board position.
It's like an old stone that never goes away.
Right, and I mean, like, Ryan just couldn't recover because he went all in on all of his forwards.
Yeah,
and
he
the
was
moment
down
loses-
to like 1 card
Right.
or something at that
Then
point.
the only backup that he had in play was Jun the Heart. So, I mean, like, there's nothing much you can do from
Yeah.
there, right? He's basically stuck. So yeah, you
Yeah,
have
you
to be
start-
very cautious about overcommitting in this game.
And yeah, Marco, I mean, like, you know, Marco knew what the play was, so he
Right,
was
right,
like
right,
trading
yeah.
off his shell, he was
Right,
trading
right,
off
right.
all his creatures. Like, I know I'm not going to take damage, I'm not going to take damage. And that should have
Yeah,
been,
yeah.
you know, it doesn't
kind of
matter
a
whether
signal.
Ryan, it doesn't matter whether Ryan knew what was happening.
Yeah, he had to
had,
play
like-
into it. I think that's the problem. It seems like
Yeah.
a bad matchup for Ryan because like you have to overcommit to the board to try and fight through.
Yeah.
Like if this is the typical control-ish kind of deck
Mhm.
where he's relying on like summons and stuff like that to gum down the board before he plays big creatures, then like the aggro plan potentially can put him off a bit by just over tempoing him. But
Yeah.
in a situation where you have to fight through creatures and then you have
And
to worry
then
about a
there's-
Shanto,
yeah.
that seems really rough.
Okay, we've got 11 minutes left to the round. I'm going to put on a replay of last week's tournament where the camera was working fine all the way. Seems like our new setup, maybe not that good after all. Looks
No,
like
but I
we're
mean,
testing. we'll test it. We'll
Yeah,
we'll keep
that's
going.
what I
yeah,
told the
yeah.
stream. Everybody in the stream is going to give you some time to figure it out because
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Xiang.
once again we apologize for like the technical difficulties, but yeah, we are just trying out a new setup. We're trying a new system.
Ting Xiang, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to have? Hey, you going to advertise it? Huh? Anyway, yeah, for those of you who don't know, this weekend is pre-release. So I think Ting Xiang's having the first shot at pre-release at Agora.
Oh, okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
So hats off to you.
Wherever you play, just try and play the game, guys.
Yeah.
It's a really fun game. I wish I had more time for it.
Sell
I
me your
just don't.
clouds.
But
Sell me
yeah,
your
if
clouds.
I had, please
I
buy
want
my
your-
clouds, man.
I want my cloud promos. Please sell me your
I don't
cloud
think I have
promos.
the promos, but
I want the promos.
promo.
Give me your promos. Okay, we're
Okay,
gonna
man.
take
When
it
I
off
stopped
for a
playing, there were no promos. After I built my deck, there was still no support.
while. All right, we're
Oh.
going to go for a short break, so don't go away. We'll be right back. Hello. You are watching the main story quest line. You did not go deaf. We did not turn on the microphones for a very specific reason.
Yeah.
Anyway, my name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts. Alongside Joshua, Lightning is my wife, Tan.
Hello, everyone.
Unfortunately, you have to fight for that title, man.
Oh man, really?
Yeah, Desmond came in last week and he was like, "No, man. Lightning is my waifu."
What?
Yeah.
Well,
more-
there's only one way to settle
there's-
this,
Yeah, true blood and violence, right?
and maybe a game of
Oh,
FFTCG.
yeah, that's what you're watching right now. This is our weekly Final Fantasy stream, where we do feature Final Fantasy, the card game, trading card game. TCG stands for trading card game. It's an awesome game. It really is. I really like it a lot. How about you?
I like
You
it
haven't
too, but I haven't
you
been
haven't
playing
played
it for a while.
Yeah, man. You should get back into it. Anyway, we're watching a match here between Gregory and Alvin. Looks like Gregory is playing Mono Win. Oh, there was a Mono Win build on Mocknet recently.
Oh really? What's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
what's the win? How does it play?
It's man, it's such a weird deck. It really is just like weird full stop.
Does
What
it
is
win
it?
though?
I
Can it
think-
win?
I think it does. I don't know. I actually don't know. Anyway, Alvin here looks like he's playing the Knight deck. There's a Ovelia on the battlefield. Guy just dropped on the battlefield.
It's a win of deck.
Yeah. Wind.
No, water
Sorry,
earth.
water
Water
earth deck. I think it's a. Earth deck. Water deck. Move the boxes. Move the
Okay.
boxes somewhere because nobody's getting in or out if the boxes aren't moved around. Oh, okay. So Gregory here is playing a wind earth deck instead. And yeah, wind earth is kind of cool. I really like wind earth a lot. Oh, we didn't start the timer. Oh no. How much time do we have left?
Oh yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's. Where's the timer? Where? Come on, timer. There we go. Resume. Yeah. Okay. That's about right. Nope. There we go. All right. So guy versus guy, but on Gregory's
Guy on
side
guy
of
action?
the table, yeah, guy on guy action. Hey, can we bring up? Can we bring up guy? Now you control the
Sure.
control the cards, yeah.
Guy.
Guy, a guy. Okay, there has to be an easier way to do this. I'll do the
Shortcut.
shortcuts, yeah. Then we can go like scene 1, scene 2, scene 1, scene 2.
Sure.
So guy, brave. It's a 4 crystal point creature. Tap. What do you do? Ooh.
What's he doing? What's happening?
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm actually curious. Was
So-
that a farm free? No, he didn't play a farm free. I think he tried
So-
to kill the guy.
So it's not exactly a mono win build, right?
Yeah, it's not a mono win build. This one is the guy, my guy versus your guy. Your guy die and hit you
And he
for one.
attack for one. Yeah.
And Garnet here gets exiled. Or Garnet gets put into the damage zone. Sorry, you were saying it's not mono win. It's just it's wind earth. Wind earth kind of cool. Gregory here with a what's that? Another Shantoto in hand, which he can actually cast next turn if he needs
but
to.
there's no
There's no
real,
real, yeah.
Yeah, there's no real need for him to cast it yet.
Exactly. So let's see what Alvin here is gonna try to do. Ash. Oh, I call her Asher.
I think it's Ash. I
It's
think
Ash, right? Yeah. I didn't play FF12.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I want to get the remake, not the remake.
Wait, isn't
the
it
remake.
in PlayStation 2? Do you have a PlayStation 2? Or
Yeah, I have a PlayStation 2. It was
But you have
right
to-
at the end of the PlayStation 2 cycle.
Yeah, it was.
Was it PlayStation? Yeah, PlayStation 2 cycle, yes. And I didn't get to play it. And they just had the re-release. So
On PlayStation 2 or
on PS4.
PS4? Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
So I'll
I
probably
really
go
should get
down
my
it.
PS4. I haven't
should
played
get-
FF15 either.
I should get a PS4. Like,
PS4, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Like in preparation for the Final Fantasy 7 remake and.
Oh yes, yes.
But I
Who's-
think that's not for a couple of one more year maybe.
that's not for one. Yeah, that's still out there. It's going to take some time to get to our shores, but hey, it's okay, man. Oh well. We got to share this though somewhere. I don't know. I gotta get Mark to go and share this video, this video. I'll get somebody to share this
Okay.
video.
Use your
Somewhere.
phone.
Use my phone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I have my laptop somewhere. Okay. Anyway, Alvin here playing a Minwoo. And, oh, sorry, not playing a Minwoo, playing a Yuna. And bouncing that guy back to your hand. And I was like, yeah, okay. Does Gregory here want to use the special ability of Arif, which will essentially grant what we call hexproof to all his
to protect.
creatures? Yeah. So
yeah,
Earth
since I use it.
Protector. Earth Protector, it will untap all your activate all your
Forwards.
forwards and then protect them
them-
from
yeah.
all spells and abilities.
So the Yuna essentially doesn't do anything.
Yeah, but it does advance Elvin's board
Yeah,
a little
true.
bit, so it's good. Yeah. Oh man, I think he should have just played the. Is that Kukulin or Farmfrit? That's a Kukulin, right?
I can't see.
No, it's a Farmfrit. I think he should have just played the Farmfrit. Like your Ash is not as big and strong as his
Guy.
guy. Yeah, exactly. My guy. Hey guy.
Yeah, especially being in that position, probably it was better to advance his board state. His forward board state.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, there goes another Ash. This is not good.
That's unfortunate.
Yep. And across. Oh, discards and across. Puts down the deleter.
Oh, let's take a look at the
Yeah, this is the 5 Opus 3 deleter. If you didn't know about that deleter, it's strong on its own. Let's just say, pretty strong on its own.
Okay, let's take a look. And why is it strong?
Why is it strong? Okay, so for 5 crystal points, you get a 9,000 creature.
Decent.
In Gregory's case, it's a 10,000 creature, so it's big. It's really big. When Deleter is chosen by an ability of a character your opponent controls, break that character. Characters, for those of you who don't know, are basically permanents or things that are permanently on the battlefield.
So backups and forwards?
Backups and forwards, yes. And then when Deleter is chosen by a summon of your opponent, deal 1 point of damage to your opponent. So just
if
straight up, I'm just, you touch me, I beat you in the face.
so if the Yuna actually targeted the
Deleter.
Delita, it would have dealt him 1 damage, right?
Yeah. No, it would have broken the Yuna.
You have broken the Yuna?
Yeah. So all your backups become summons.
Oh,
You
that's
essentially,
true.
yeah. So you spend all that mana just to try to get a backup or forward, and after that it just breaks your.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, Delita is that good.
Yeah. Okay, so Gregory's turn here. Well, the Delita is huge. It's a 10k.
Yeah,
person.
Elvin can't really stop you on the board now.
No. Gregory, is that Anna Cross? So he wants to pump up his guys even more.
Nope, decides against it. So what actions can Gregory take now?
Is that Anna Cross or Master? Yeah, that's Dr. Anna Cross. So I think Gregory, what he can do, just attack. Just don't think about it, just attack. And if something does happen to Delita, so what he should do is to attack with the guy first,
Okay.
and then see what his opponent does.
Yeah, so usually you just want to...
Yeah. Let's bring
force
up
your opponent to-
Segward.
No.
Yeah. SEG. Yeah, just there we go. Segwards. So Segwards says that choose 1 forward. Okay, so card name Brandelis you control against first strike during your turn. So I think Alvin is playing like some kind of like knight-ish deck.
So they like protect and pump each other.
Yep. And then Segwarides.
I mean, we really should have like the pronunciation on the
card information, right? It's like, yeah, there's Segwarides.
right. Segway rights.
Yeah,
Seg-
Segway. Segway dude. Segway right is a knight too. But anyway, he gives forward. He makes a forward lose first strike until end of turn. I'm curious, why didn't Gregory attack with the
maybe he was
Delita.
wary of some shenanigans on Elvin's side.
shenanigans?
But what can Elvin have realistically?
Yeah, exactly. I'm quite curious. All right, so finally sees his first what do you call it? Vincent. But I think he should drop the Emperor. Just cast the Emperor. You cast Emperor, full stop. Your opponent can't respond. And now, let's bring out Emperor.
Yeah, let's do that.
No, that doesn't work.
Mhm.
I know we can. I know I can bind it to the numpad stuff. Emperor from the second Opus 2. Yeah, the 4 mana Emperor. This card is backbreaking. This card literally locks your opponent out of the game. This is how powerful this card is.
Oh
So
my.
For 4 mana or for 4 crystal points, it's an 8,000 character. Okay, so it's on par. It passes the vanilla test. Legendary character. It's a dark character, so that means you can't discard it for mana. But his ability is so simple, it's just 1 line. The character's opponent controls cannot use special or action
Yeah, it prevents
abilities.
most shenanigans on Elvin's side. But
Everything is just like full stop. You can't use your Segway rights. You can't use your Garnet. You can't use I don't know. Actually, those are the only 2 right now. But I mean,
yeah, you never know. I mean, he may drop something else.
he might draw something else exactly. So I think he should just cast
Yeah,
the.
you should just cast. Oh,
Okay, so he gives out the Shantoto, and he's gonna Atomos the what do you call it? The Steiner with his Delita. I'm just gonna bash your dude, and I think if Alvin, I don't think Alvin has anything to respond, does he?
yeah,
Nope.
I don't think so. So why did he take this line of play instead of just playing the Emperor?
I don't know. I maybe he's waiting for the Emperor. Well,
Can he cast it? He can, right?
he could, yeah. Okay, so he cast
Oh, he cast
Emperor
it
after main phase.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. Doesn't.
I think you should have done Emperor
In case,
yeah.
in case there's anything.
Yeah. You should have done Emperor before pre-main phase or the first main phase so that he can't activate his Garnet because Garnet's ability is like really, really good. Dash Diamontal saying, let's go Gravy. Yes, let's go Gravy. Who's Gravy?
Looks like Greg.
Should be Gregory Vargas.
That's the closest I can connect the dots.
Gravi, Gregarvis. I don't know. Anyway, wow, look at that. All foil cards in hand. So he does cast Brandelius, something.
Let's take a look.
Yeah. Brandelius also a knight. So the three cards that combine together, Pelennor, Segway Rights, and Brandelius. Brandelius is quite cool. So for 5 mana, he's only a 6,000
So his
forward.
stats is pretty below par.
It's very bad.
But
he's got EX Burst. And then when he enters the field, you may search for one card named Segway Rights or Pelennor and add it to your hand. So Segway Rights and Pelennor basically add power to Brandelius and gives Brandelius some sort of like firepower. So you know, Segway Rights gives him first strike, and Pelennor. Let's see what Pelennor. I think Pelennor gives him Brave. There we go. Yeah, gives Brandelius Brave, but Brandelius itself. Hello everyone. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're back. Yeah, just me and Joe. Yeah. Macho Man.
Isn't he dead?
Yeah, he died. He died.
Okay, cool.
Ripple man.
Rip.
Ripple man, Ripple. Yeah. I'm number one. I'm the cream of the crop. Anyway, hello everyone, welcome back to Main Story Quest Line. Here at Grey Ogre Games, it's Final Fantasy TCG night. My name is Make, I'm one of your hosts alongside Joe, Angry Man Fu.
I don't know why I'm still stuck with that nickname.
Yeah, you're stuck. No matter what game we play. And now
I'm the
Joshua,
angry
yeah.
man.
And now Joshua is stuck with Lightning is my waifu as his nickname. His nickname is longer than his actual name. And we're watching the match here between our Anne, Saad Hashmi. He told me specifically, before any of you get mad and go flame me or anyone in this shop about using the word Anne. Anne just means big brother. Big brother. Saad here told me to say it on stream.
It's jovially requested. There you see. I think Saad is great for, like, he's the kind of guy who just wants to be on the stream.
Yeah.
And he makes our life a lot easier. So you're showing us his cards on the hand, you know, that's interesting.
So yeah, Saad Hashmi, and he's playing against Benjamin Wong. I'm guessing Saad is playing an ice water deck? No, lightning water deck. No. Is it the night deck? Because that's an Ovelia. Let's bring out Ovelia. It's not a card that you see every day. But no, with an E. Come on, Joe. Get it right, Joe.
Then it should be Ovelia.
Ovelia.
Hooked on phonics, man. Yeah, okay, here we go.
There we go, okay.
Oh, this is really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Job Knight, forwards you control gain plus 1,000. Oh wow, is Saad is listening to the stream? No, he's actually listening to music, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. It's like
giving information away.
Okay, but yeah, that is Ovelia. Oh wait, we got transition. Ovelia, the Job Knight forwards you control get plus 1,000 and it's only cost 2. Okay, so for those of you, who are not familiar, Maria costs 4 and then gives all your forwards plus 2,000. But looks
plus
like
1,000, right?
plus 1,000. Okay, but looks like what Saad is trying to construct here is the, oh yes, I see, it's a Ramza. So lightning, at least lightning water. Traditionally, this deck has been 3 colors. So it
Oh, is that
plays
right?
Delita. So it plays the what you call it, Earth,
Uh-huh.
Water, and Lightning.
The
And
Lita's a knight as well?
Delita is a knight. All
Ah.
versions of Delita is a knight, are knights. All versions of Ramza are knights. And guess what? All versions of or one version of Lightning is a knight.
Oh, yes.
The
yes,
Lightning
yes.
promo is a knight. So this deck, the you know, it's not remarkable. It's cool because it's got all these knights and stuff. And they gain a lot of power. You know, they gain a lot of power from Ovilia and Agrias. You know, and Ramza. You know, Ramza gains a lot of power from this thing. Let's bring up like the legendary Ramza, especially since Saad here played it.
Ramza.
No H.
No H.
Yeah,
Sorry, guys.
that one is.
Wait, no, okay, cool.
Yeah.
The legendary Ramza. So that's
Yeah.
that's the card that's on the table on Saad's side right now.
So
3 cost
yeah, 3
forward,
cost.
7,000 power.
7,000.
And for every category FF tactics forward you control other than Ramza gets 1,000 power, which is
Mhm.
pretty good, right?
Yep. And then the second ability, well, it's not a special ability, it's just an activated ability. You pay 3 crystals, and that's it. Choose one category, category FFT. So tactics forward, you control, it gains plus 1,000 haste, and then first try until end of turn. So Ramza gets to, you know, there's Agrias, who's a knight, who's also Final Fantasy Tactics. There's oh, okay.
Whoa.
So some dispute here. Okay, we've got Agrias, we've got Delita, we've got
Oh, what's going on here?
oh, okay.
Oh, he does the
Yeah,
Rapier.
well, okay. So since Sa here has Sa here has what you call it, Minwu. It was thought that well, you can't really deal that much damage, but the Black Mage that came down the previous turn, let's search up Black Mage, reduced the power of Minwu. Actually, no, let's bring up Minwu instead. Yeah.
There we go, Minwu.
So Minwu, the forwards you control don't receive damage that is less than their power, and this is really very important because when you know, if let's say Rigdea, Benjamin here played the Alcid and Rigdea combo. So Alcid, when it enters the battlefield, you can play a lightning. You can play a lightning character from your hand, and then lightning forward from your hand of 3 or less, and if you do, it deals 6,000 damage. Okay. Oh, okay. So he's playing Earth. So it deals 6,000 damage, and then yeah, you get a free character. But Minwu kind of negates that.
Right. So how did
Unless-
that
yeah.
work in the last turn?
So with the Black Mage, reduces the power of Ramza by 4,000. So Ramza went from 8,000 to become
4,000.
4,000, and then the Alcid Rigdea or Alcid Onion Knight combo was able to work. So Benjamin, we haven't been talking a lot about Benjamin, but Benjamin here is playing the mono lightning deck, and we can see it's still a very powerful deck. And a few weeks ago, we had Desmond on the stream, and I was asking him, Lulu hasn't been seeing a lot of play recently. He has fallen out of favor for good reason. It's a little bit slow. It's quite hungry for resources, but it's such a powerful effect. Okay, so its first effect is that you tap it or you activate it, put 1 backup into the break zone, choose 1 4 and deal 5,000 damage straight up. That's it. In this matchup, it's not so great because of Minwu, but in usual matchups, Lulu is a powerhouse. She'll just wipe your board clean.
And I think Lulu is one of those very powerful backups that force people to play backup control. You
Yeah.
have some stuff to blow up somebody else's backups because of powerful effects like Lulu.
Yeah. Oh man, there goes another Lulu. So the only one of the few things that Benjamin has relevant to use with Lulu is just another Lulu. Her super ability or her special ability is Tandaga, and that deals just straight up 10,000 damage to a forward.
Which basically kills any unbuff forward in the
it's
game.
almost anything. Almost doesn't kill. Well, maybe doesn't kill Ramza. Yeah, I'm just going to use my Raoban. The Raoban does enter a few Yes, okay, so they've established that. Raoban here able to get rid of the Alcid. Sorry, the Rigdea.
Yeah, and I mean there are good reasons why you want to get rid of the
Rigdea, yeah, because you can just ooh, okay. You can party attack in with the Alcid.
Right.
All right, so Agrias here hits the damage zone and the EX burst triggers. So one of the things I love about this deck, the EX burst, yeah, one of the things I love about this deck so much is that half the deck, literally half the deck, 25 out of 50 cards are EX burst cards.
Wow.
So statistically 1 out of every 2 damage. So you're gonna get at least 3 EX burst triggers. I was so tilted one week where my opponent, he wasn't playing this deck, but he had the amazing luck of EX bursting 5 out of the 7 times I hit him. And the last card was a EX burst.
Sounds like you were playing with me, Mick.
But yeah, that was so frustrating that I made this deck. And then I went to wreak havoc on a lot of little kids and boys and girls because
man.
yeah, I'll take the damage, man. I'll take the damage.
Yeah, but that's a very interesting portion about deck construction in FF. I find that you're always trying to trade off power level with the fact that you definitely will take damage, and EX burst cards are really, really important.
When you don't have to pay for the effect. It's really great because Agrias, look at Agrias. It's 5 crystal points for a 6,000 character that has first strike. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's a knight. Cool. It works with Ovelia because when it enters the battlefield, you search for 1 card named Ovelia and add it to your hand. So ostensibly, it's a 7,000. Yeah? 7,000 first strike. Not great.
No, it's not great.
Honestly, not great.
But like in the deck that I play, the wind water kind of like untappy deck, it's the same thing with Steiner, where it exists just to be EX bursted so that you can find either replace itself so that you get resource in your hand, or basically just gives you some amount of advantage. Whether the advantage is on board where it does something to your opponent's creatures, forwards, or resource-wise where it gives you a card to spend on something else. It may not be very useful in and of itself, but it's still very relevant.
Elvin Tan here saying, "Go Knights, Arvin's Rebellion." Yes, this is the Arvin's Rebellion deck. I love it, love it, love it, love it. It's a fun
Why
deck.
is it called Arvin's Rebellion? Is
I don't know. I have no clue, man. I have a feeling it's like Final Fantasy Tactics. I didn't get to play Tactics. I played Tactics Advance. And I played multiple iterations of Tactics Advance. And I never completed the game, by the way. I would get to the first part and then like, oh, we tell a story
it's
and then
hard,
the guy
right?
gets
Because I think like the tactics games in general, the storyline isn't as good. I mean, you always have like Fire Emblem and some of the really good storyline based around this kind of like tactics type games, but
it's not drawing you to finish the game, especially right at the end. When it gets super duper grindy.
Yeah, it's like Disgaea, right?
Disgaea
is like a completely pointless story. I'm not gonna put any spoilers on the stream here, but
because there aren't any spoilers.
Because there aren't any spoilers. It's basically like a Mario game, right?
Hey man, no. Mario Odyssey, dude. Have you bought Mario Odyssey?
I have bought Mario Odyssey, but I honestly haven't played it.
Oh man, it's so good. It has.
Oh, here we go. Saad is showing us his hand again. I mean, still a bit too quick and wasn't really able to see it.
Shantoto is coming down.
But I think Shantoto right now doesn't seem that great. But maybe by playing another like forward, he's gonna make Benjamin commit more resources to the board. But from like a backup position, I mean, you only allowed 5 backups, right? That's a rule of the game.
You only allow 5 backups.
So Benjamin is 1 away from that full resource cap.
Yeah, but he can cycle. So one of the cool things about Lulu, which
right, because you can you can cycle your backups.
Which is great because when you have stuff like Fusoya enters the battlefield, deals 5,000 damage. It's a backup. costs 4 or 5. Enters the battlefield, you do 5,000 damage to a forward.
Yeah.
And then when it dies or when it goes to the break zone, you get to take back a forward from your graveyard and put it back into your hand.
Yeah, so there's a lot of
So
synergy there. I think
Mhm.
that's pretty good. And for
yeah,
Soya
works,
is lightning.
yeah, it's a lightning. It's full on lightning.
That seems very good.
So
So I mean, like the Knight deck seems to have come a long way from when the Knight deck was actually the first deck that I built.
that
it's
was
cheap,
the the
right?
mono water
Yeah, I think it was. I can't remember. It had like the
standard
Warrior of
unit-
Light
sta-
and
standard unit deck, yeah.
Standard unit deck. Yeah.
That wasn't a knight deck.
That's not a Knight deck. Okay.
Yeah.
Similar ideas. I suppose.
Because Ovelia gives you only gives job knights
right,
and not
okay.
the character knight.
Right,
Not
okay.
not the.
But I mean, like, I suppose that the concept is similar. You pay like low-costed guys, and but maybe not. You see, because I mean, from what I've seen of Saad's deck, it's not like a weenie kind of concept where you swarm with like ones and twos. He's actually casting guys who are already good and they get better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They get better with with other knights on the battlefield.
right. Like
Ovelia-
Ramza's ability, the 3 crystal cost,
so
that is so good
good.
because it just screws with combat
combat
math.
math, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it makes it so difficult to block accurately because you
Mhm.
never know what could happen.
And because there's so much EX burst in the deck, so okay, fine, I take some damage right
Yeah.
now. Leviathan's gonna bounce
Yeah.
your guy. Get you can draw cards off of is it Moogle? Yeah, Moogle, or untap your guys using Fairy and still draw cards off of that. So there's quite a bit of card advantage. There's Steiner, there's Agrias, and you're just never out of cards. And that 3 mana ability is really scary because okay, I've got two crystal, 2 backups available.
Even just one backup, right? Because one backup
Yeah,
basically
it's
makes
like-
it like one discard and then any card in his
activate.
hand in his hand becomes basically a removal spell.
Yeah.
As long as
Very
there's like
dangerous.
as long as
Very
there's power parity on the table, it seems really difficult to you can't block, right? You can't profitably block.
Yeah, and when you're second guessing, once you start second guessing yourself, then that's when you start losing the game.
Yeah.
Ooh, Sephiroth. Okay, Sephiroth is a dark character, 9,000, I believe 9,000 power, no, 8,000 power, first strike, enters the field, you can break a backup, full stop.
And I mean that's really that's a really strong play right now
Mhm.
because like we were just talking about like how the ability to punch through non-first strikers with Ramza's ability was very, very powerful. But Sephiroth puts a stop to all those shenanigans because basically you can't attack anymore unless you're willing to trade.
Yeah.
And, I mean that still might be good because he might want to trade Sephiroth, but now at least Benjamin has a choice. He
Yep.
can choose when he wants to, which character his opponent attacks with that he wants to get rid of, and it's not indiscriminate anymore.
Okay, so looks like Saad. Well, I don't think he wants to return that Sephiroth back to his hand, but is Sephiroth 8,000, right? He's 8,000.
I think it's 8,000. Yeah,
Let's bring him up.
I think it'll be too good at 9,000.
Yeah. And the Lita here can swing in. So what Saad could do is to just cast that Shantoto that he has in hand.
There we go. He is
There we
8,000.
go. Yeah, 8,000. So he's gonna bounce the Sephiroth, which
Seems bad, right? You
Yeah,
want
it
to just
seems
like
like a-
catch it out. I think they're gonna redo that. Let's see what's going on.
I don't think
here.
you should be bouncing anything, honestly.
Yeah, I think like from a life total perspective, Saad apologizes to the camera. He's just gonna work on what he wants to.
Hey man, mistakes were made, man. Mistakes were made.
Yeah, I think that he's putting it together in his head that like if he wants to fully get benefit out of Shantoto, he's probably going to have to try and get Benjamin to commit more rather than less.
So Ramza here is 5,000 plus 2 plus 3, so it's 8,000. If he plays another backup, it becomes bigger than the Sephiroth. And
Start checking on the
Let's
stream.
trying to check with Siri here.
How do I beat my opponent?
Yeah. How am I going to kill my opponent?
Is he looking for a rules question?
I'm guessing. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
But
seems
Marco,
to be the case.
well, Marco and Greg are there, and they're like,
Yeah, so
they're
there's
like
going to be some
rules
consultation
gurus.
on some rules questions here.
Yeah.
And I think that honestly, for taking Magic as an example, because I mean that they are the premium standard for card games in competitive tournaments, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like at some point they're gonna have to license judges and make sure that people know what's going on with the rules.
Oh yeah, please.
Especially as they get like I mean, I think that what like players who don't like this is the first time looking at the game. What they need to know is that this game was originally translated from Japanese. So there are a lot of the translations which, like, especially I think in Opus 1, where the translations didn't
it
work
was so
very
bad.
well.
Yeah.
They've tidied up their act, I think. They realized that there was a problem. They've addressed it as much as they can. But at some point, I think that they're going to have to get some people to be officially licensed as judges so that I think higher level competitions can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, I mean, like, we're having what we call like nationals, and right now there's the Worlds tournament that's happening. But honestly speaking, I don't know if the rules have been like totally clarified because you know we've always been asking, and so somebody's out there answering them.
Yeah, but I think like to be fair, Magic has had Pro Tour started in 1996.
Also,
right? So it's 2017. They've had 21 years to figure it out. I think it was 1996, or maybe it might have been 1995.
And so many, so many
96,
changes
it was
to the
96.
rules over the years.
And I think a lot of it was like, they just need some time, some iteration, some like learn by pain, there's a little bit of experience and figure out what's important.
Yeah.
But they'll get there eventually as long as players can continue to spot the game.
Yep. And and more players come onto the game. And I think that's where, earlier you were talking about like how this scratches a different itch from Magic the Gathering.
Right,
I think
right.
you're right on the buzzer because every week we have been saying like this and Magic, there's parallels, but the skills that you use are totally different.
Yeah, very different. I mean, like combat math and like things like tempo and card advantage, all still the concepts exist, but the way that those concepts are played out are very different.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
in Magic, because you can only draw one card a turn, fundamentally you are limited by certain things. And like in the same way where you can only play one land a turn, those are limitations that are inbuilt in the game. FF doesn't have these limitations.
Exactly.
You can play two backups a turn.
Turn one you can go I don't know.
Yeah, you can empty out your hand to cast like two big guys or one super big guy.
Or go best.
And just like or go best.
Or go best and then break it with Delita.
Yeah, and just like put the question to your opponent, do you have an answer to this? And if you don't, then you're gonna take a lot of pain.
Yep.
But also because power doesn't matter, if you have a 50,000 power forward, you're not dealing 50,000 points of damage. You only deal
just like
1 point
bang.
of damage, right? So that puts in a different dynamic. You're not trying to flood the board with power insofar as you're trying to deal that much power. Power is useful only insofar as it matches up to your opponent's power, the forward's powers. So yeah, I think it is very, very different dynamic. I think.
So there's been quite a bit of chatter on.
Welcome everybody on the stream.
On the Facebook stream. Prince of FFTCG has spoken, Anson Ng, I guess. Right? No? Maybe? Anyway, hello Anson.
Can't play. Those who are playing
You can't watch, unfortunately not. But Saad here is slightly different. He's been watching and playing. Well, not
watching somebody else's game.
He's watching somebody else's game.
So we do have some sort of competitive like enforcement here.
Like, okay,
it's not a free for all, guys.
Here's what we used to do. So when we started out streaming, we used to stream the matches with a delay on the screen. But players started taking too long. Like there are some players who do take very long with their turns. That they could watch the stream as it's happening. I was like, okay, no, we gotta stop this.
Yeah.
And ever since then, like we haven't been streaming it in the store, forever.
No delay at least, right?
Yeah.
Here we go.
So it's a bad idea if you do stream it. Wow.
So this seems a little bit like weird from Sa's perspective, right? I mean, he's
Sa
flooding
is
the
like
board with a Shantoto in hand, so I'm not sure. Maybe he doesn't have a means to cast. Oh wait, he does have a.
He does. Yeah, he's got a Rauban. Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. The score now is like 5-3.
Yeah.
So Saad is kinda fairly close to a point where he definitely has to block. In fact, I would think like right now, if he doesn't want to be put to the sword, he really needs to make sure that he can block everything that's on Benjamin's side of the table.
Yeah, Benjamin, he's got his Amon, and Amon's going to tap down one thing. The Delita, he's not giving up his Delita for sure. And, well, the Steiner just came down, so, he's going to be cycling through his cards. No an issue. I don't think he should be attacking with the Zidane.
Unless he has another design, which he does.
He does, yeah. No, but there's no blockers on Benjamin's side. So
you want to leave it back and block, right?
Exactly. But looks like Zidane gonna get taken out. No.
Well, actually, I look at the board state a little bit and I start to think. I mean, these are the things, right? The interactions are still not clear to even like make an eye because Mick plays a lot more than I do. But I'm basically a toss-up power at this game. And maybe one of the reasons why he doesn't want to play Shantoto is because of the red mage on Benjamin's side of the table. Right?
Yeah.
Because if you clear the board, you're investing a lot of resources to cast the 7-cost Shantoto, and then you can't put up a blocker. If you are at 6, then
suddenly he just drops. He drops a Rigdea. That's 2 mana, and then red mage Rigdea.
And then you just go in, and then you get the last bit of damage. So maybe that's the reason why he's moving away from the Shantoto play.
Yeah. For those of you who aren't clear, wow. Okay. So there's a little bit of fighting on the comment section here. Okay. So for those of you who aren't familiar with what the red mage does, red mage is an awesome card. Like, this is, if you're going to play a lightning deck, this will always be in that lightning deck, right? Choose one forward, it gains haste until end of turn. Full stop. It's a very powerful effect.
Yeah.
If you're playing a mono, even if you're not playing a mono lightning deck, I've seen mono, the ice lightning decks that were very popular, about a month back. Everybody plays a red mage, and I'm not surprised if Saad here in his 50 cards also plays a red mage somewhere in his deck.
I mean, you have to be very, very careful. I mean, so for the viewers who don't know the rules about this, haste basically means that your forward can attack the turn that it comes into play, or tap and use its tap dull abilities, right?
Yeah.
So that's really very strong because you expect the basic rule of the game is that you can't attack on the turn that your forward comes into play. Red mage breaks that rule. And in a deck with lightning where you apply so much early pressure, late game again it screws up combat math. It screws up how you can commit your resources. Say for example right now, right, Saad can't attack with leave 4 characters. You can't do that because if Benjamin has another character and then he gives it haste, he wins the game. If Saad had taken 6, but it's 5 right now. So some trades happen there. So now we have.
So if you're wondering what just happened, Benjamin here, he cast in an Exodus. Okay, I think Saad should just take... no, Saad shouldn't take the damage. He needs to block. Otherwise he dies. Yep. Okay, so he blocks.
Yeah, he has to block.
Actually, I'm wondering why Benjamin doesn't just blow up the...
No, doesn't he just give haste and then swing in for the win?
And that's it. we were talking about red mage, right?
Yeah, I think Saad missed it. But that's exactly an example of how good red mage is, But I think that he dies anyway. There's no way that he can avoid that, right? Because if he blocks the first one, Sephiroth hits him for another hit, he hastes, and he was dead anyway.
Okay, so I mean, Benjamin there, Benjamin had no cards in hand. He needed... Okay, so one thing I love about this game is that every card in your deck is gas. Full stop. It better be gas, otherwise it shouldn't be in your deck.
That's right.
That's Final Fantasy for you. It's not like, I'm going to draw. Oh shit! Today, I drew a land. Crap. I'm not casting spells. No, every card in your deck is gas. Even the backups, things that you think are so innocuous that they don't do anything. No, they all do all the good stuff. Yeah. So, Benjamin here just happened to draw. He didn't even have to draw a Gilgamesh. It just needed to be a forward.
A forward. Any forward.
Full stop.
I mean, any forward that he could cast and activate red mage.
Yes, correct.
Which, I mean, is a lot of his.
It's anything that's 4 coster or less because you draw an extra card. I mean, you draw 2 cards off the top. Alright, we have come to the end of the round. But it's not the end of the day. It's not the end of the night. We are going to round 3 in a very short while. So don't go, don't go away. Yeah, if you want to catch, before we go, just remind you that we also do Magic the Gathering on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Singapore time. And if you do want to catch the replays, just head on down to youtube.com/GreyOgreGames. Just type out main story quest line. You'll find all the previous week's worth of streams. I think we've been doing this for about a month now. And it's been fun. We don't get to play, but we get to watch people do.
I mean, I'm
do
not going to
really
play
wacky stuff.
anyway.
You're not gonna play. Why don't you run the stream that I get to play?
Sure, yeah, let's do that
No,
when I actually
that's a bad idea.
have time.
That's a bad idea. Okay, we're gonna head on out for a while. We'll be right back, so don't go away.
Shut up and sit down.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the main story quest line here at Grey Ogre Games. It's our weekly Final Fantasy card game tournament. My name is Mick, I'm one of your hosts alongside Joshua. Lightning is my waifu, Tan.
Yes, she is. Hello,
There she
everyone.
is. There's more.
There's
you
more.
Heard that? You heard that? She's my waifu, okay?
Yeah, stay away.
Stay away. Die. Alright, we're watching Daryl here. Daryl Tan versus Mitch Lee. Yeah, I got the names right, yeah. Wow, nice. Mitch is
That
playing
is
a...
fast.
Yeah, looks like a hyper-aggressive
Fire.
ice deck. Jonabat and a Tifa on the battlefield immediately. Daryl here is playing what looks to be Mono Lightning. Very popular. Mono Lightning is very popular, yeah. And Ice Lightning even more popular.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the meta now in Singapore,
That's
isn't
the
it?
yeah.
Oh,
And Rigdea here just to offer up some defense.
Yep.
But I think if Mitch has anything to say about that.
That Rigdea is not gonna last for long.
Yes, yes. Looks like Mitch here drew a Zagaband. Okay, so he can drop the Zagaband, and if he has something like a what's his name? A VV. The legendary VV. Things might be very different. But I think Mitch is gonna pull off a he doesn't. The one that gives Belias gives first strike and plus 1000. So yeah. David Ombra says this game looks amazing. Yes,
That's
David.
because it is.
Yeah, David, where are you from? Where are you from? You're saying that nobody wants to try this new game. Where are you from? And if you're anywhere close to Singapore, just drop on by Grey Ogre Games, 83 Club Street, and have a game. Like I always have 2 decks here, and they're both competitive
Pretty
decks.
decent
They're good. They're good. People like them decks. Hey, pick up the card feature.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Yeah, so Belias, I was talking about Belias earlier, and I think Mitch does have it in hand. Belias replaces itself. That's what I like. Zagaband and a VV, as we spoke of earlier, sacrifices the VV, gets rid of
Rigdea.
This one is the
This
is
one.
it a starter VV? Yeah, this is the one. Starter VV. Starter VV also a very strong card. Don't get me wrong. Really great card. And you put VV into the break zone, choose 1/4 and deal 5000 damage. Or you can deal it 8000 damage if you want to.
So it's just a 2 mana removal essentially.
Yep.
Two crystal. Two crystal.
Two crystal removal. Okay,
so-
so Black Mage here taking down the what's the name? Tifa. And Daryl here just doesn't have. Yeah.
Doesn't have any form of
Hello everyone and welcome back to the main story quest line here at Grey Ogre Games. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts. I'm your host. Joe is not with me now. I wish Joe were here, but it's okay. We're watching the match here between Anthony Ng on the left and Gregory Varghese on the right hand side. Gregory here, I know, probably playing the Earth Wind deck, and yeah, we traded notes last week on what should and shouldn't be in the deck. Anthony here maybe playing the Mono Lightning deck, especially seeing that Lulu hit the battlefield. And here we go. 2 turns and 3 backups here on Gregory's side. He is building up his resources. And Anthony as well, playing that Black Mage for a 0 value. But hopefully going to, wow, give up to, what you call it? Armons. And then takes back one of the Armons. So he'll be able to cast an Armon next turn. Gregory here draws 2. Doesn't see any green. Oh, okay. He's got Maria in hand. I think he will just play the Maria, which makes his board. He's got Anacross and he's got Maria, which makes all his Earth backups get plus 2,000. So let's see, what does he want to do? Okay, gets rid of the Alexander. Okay, plays the Arif. Maybe he wants to drop a Cecil, but just passes the turn. Okay, so it's possible the next turn he's just gonna fire off a Shantoto in response to Anthony's Amon. Or Gregory here might just draw a Guy. And Guy is a very strong card against Amon. Actually, let's bring up Guy. Hey Guy. Let's see. Hey Guy. Hey you Guy. Guy here for 4 crystal points or 4 crystal points. Guy cannot become dull by your opponent's summons or abilities. Oh, is he gonna fire off the Shantoto now? No, looks like not. Wow, okay, a masked woman replaced by a Tama and destroys the Amon here that was given haste by the red mage on Anthony's side. So easily dispatches the Amon. I think now he drops his fifth backup in the form of Maria. Looks like it. Yep. They're developing his mana base or developing his crystal base. Alright. A third Amon here and beats in, does get a damage through, and gets to discard the Vincent. There's a second Vincent, there's a second Maria. And Maria now not going to be useful anymore. There's no more Tamas on the battlefield. He could break his monk. So I think at this point he'll just cast the Vincent for 4. There's no other ways for him to cycle through his backups with the exception of monk here. There we go. So he drops a 7 as well as a Vincent. Well, Vincent now a 10,000. And the Amon Thinking whether to attack because Amon versus Vincent at this point not very good against the Vincent. The Vincent is plus 2,000, so it's a 10,000 character. Alright, so Anthony here going to try to L-Cid. L-Cid combo. L-Cid and Onion Knight, and he's going to pump up. So Gregory here going to use Monk to pump up the Vincent. Good, nice play there. Whereas let's find Monk back up. Okay, so he does cycle, able to cycle his characters. Unfortunately, he doesn't have another 7. Otherwise, he would have stopped the L-Cid ability. Now he draws the Arif. Great. So yeah, the Arif is very powerful. Great card. And has an Asura in hand as well. Asura, a very not a very loved card, or isn't played that much, but Asura has very powerful effects. We talked about, oh, there we go. Okay, let me just click on it. Yeah, we talked about having options and getting some value. Asura here is a 1 mana summon, and when you cast it, you select one of 3 following actions, choose up to 2 forwards, activate them. Choose up to 5 backups, activate them. That's nice. And then choose 1 character card, of course 2 or less from your break zone, and add it to your hand. So notice that it's character and not not just a forward or a backup. So it's any forward or backup. And soon it'll be monsters. For those of you who are in the chat, do let us know if you're going to the pre-release, and how excited you are for Opus 4, because we don't have all the I don't think all the spoilers are out for Opus 4 yet. Are they? Somebody please tell me. Man, Gregory now in a bit of trouble. This mono lightning deck seems to be pretty good. Might be a bit tough for Gregory to get out of this one. His 7 here is at 5,000. Don't think he can pump it up to to be able to kill the Al-Cid, which is a 7,000 creature right now. And yeah, Greg just takes the damage. Onion Knight as well. Hecaton chair, and yeah, Anthony just going in for the beats. Does he decide to block? Nope. And that's a Tray. A Tray is an interesting card there. Oh, nice draw here from Gregory. He has, I think he can give up the, does he want to give up the Asura? Okay, no he doesn't. I think here he can cast the Asura, untap everything, but that doesn't really, that isn't very useful at all. So maybe he'll just wait. Wow, okay, chooses to beat in with the 7. I think what he's thinking is that Anthony here will try to tap down with the Amon, and because he's targeting the deleter, it'll break it, and then Gregory here is just gonna surprise him by using either an Arif or a Asura. Can't really see what's in Anthony's hand, but I think what he needs right now is just pure heart removal, something like Idia to try to get rid of the 7. Or just a combination, maybe Fusoya, Fusoya to get rid of the 7, or Zalera. Sorry, not Zalera. Exodus. Exodus. No, well, okay. So Anthony is gonna lose a bit more in the Exodus exchange, though. So yeah. All right, Anthony digging deep. He's thinking, okay, what does my opponent have if I give up my Amon? So he can tap it down. His Amon dies. Or maybe he's got what you call it? He's got an Odin, the 7 mana Odin. You know, take 1 point of damage, no problem. Unfortunately, he doesn't know that Gregory here has both 7 to use Snake Bite, as well as another Aerith to use her planetary defense. So let's take a look at Aerith right now. The second ability, you know, the special ability from Aerith. Great card. Enters the battlefield, choose up to 3 backups you control. Oh, Rigdea here trying to hit the battlefield. Activate them, and then Planetary Protector. Sorry, not Planetary Defense. Planetary Protector. You discard another Aerith tab. Activate all forwards you control. They cannot be chosen by summons or abilities this turn. So very, very dangerous spot that Anthony is in, and I think he should take his time and relax. Don't do it when you're gonna go through it. And Anthony here might want to party attack with the Onion Knight and the Alcid. It'll be an 11,000, which will be about the same as the Delita. No, it won't be 11,000. It'll be 13,000 because of the Lulu. Wow, he does go for the Odin. Tries to get rid of... Is he casting... Okay, so is he casting Exodus? I'm thinking he's casting Exodus and naming 5, because that gets around the Aerith. Okay, interesting. Okay, so Anthony here probably casting that Exodus, naming the number 5. And Gregory here has to be a little bit smart. Like, he can name number 4. But he's, you know, he's going to be taking damage from the Onion Knight and the Rigdea. The Rigdea though... Oh, it can't be cancelled by Snake Bite, right? Snake Bite only affects special and auto abilities. So let's take a look at 7. 7, one of the a very, very powerful card. You know, I think people forget that she's got this other ability which is really awesome. Job class 0 cadet forwards you control cannot be blocked by a forward of cost 4 or more. So she basically gains that Zidane or Zidane ability, or she grants class 0 cadets with that Zidane ability. And she's got Snake Bite, which is also a very strong ability. You discard another 7, choose 1 special ability or auto ability, and cancel its effects. And that's a lot. That really is a lot. Auto abilities tend to be, quite a lot, especially the Alcid combination. Alright, so Gregory names 4. 5 versus 4. Beats in. And I think Gregory here gonna take just 1 point of damage, and that's a 7. Curious. Alright, Doggin is a great draw. Rauban is a great draw. If he can Doggin and Rauban this turn. Or he could 7. 7 is a 5,000. Oh, but Rigdea is a 6,000 now. Because of the Lulu on Anthony's side. So not the best play. So he needs to Doggin and then cast the Rauban, but that's a lot of resources. So this is what he can do. Okay, so Doggin first, cast the Doggin, and then cast the Asura, untap all your guys, and then cast the Rauban, and that will be able to kill the Rigdea. So let's see if Gregory can see that play. I feel that might be the best play here. Okay, discards the Rauban. No. So he could cast a Doggin and then play the Asura. No. Yes, rewind. Okay, so I think I hope he sees it. Asura is a very powerful card. Yeah, we brought it up. We brought it up earlier, and so the ability of the Asura that I was talking about. So he can cast the Doggin, and leave like a Maria up. Cast the Asura, untap all 5 of his backups, and then cast the Rauban. And Rauban will cause, Rauban will deal damage. Oh, okay. Doesn't see it that way. So, okay. Alright. Problem is now that if Anthony here has just a big threat, like an Amon, then Gregory's in a lot of trouble. I felt that Gregory should have done that. Then he Rauban, gets rid of the Rigdea, and at least has a blocker for next turn. Of course, Anthony can just easily, he doesn't have any more Amons. There are no more Amons in Anthony's deck, so even a hasty creature can be blocked by what do you call it? By Doggin. So Anthony probably thinking maybe Gregory here has has Golem. Probably has a Golem. Maybe. Just maybe. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. There we go. Idia here gonna try to kill the Doggin. Gregory can give. Oh, he doesn't have another 7. Swings in. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, just gonna give it haste and beat down. Yeah, I think that was the.
Lightning so powerful.
That was, Mono Lightning, still a very powerful deck. And this was a different version of Mono Lightning. Anthony here not playing the Lulus, well, not playing the 5-drop Lulus, instead of playing the 2-drop Lulus and making his guys bigger. But Gregory's deck is basically just big stuff, good stuff. Earth, Wind, good stuff. Now I have another Earth Wind deck, which I've been meaning to play. Very fun, very, very fun deck. Alright. We're done for tonight. Thanks for joining us. We hope you had a lot of fun. And remember, if you want to join us on the stream, just go down to twitch.tv/GreyOgreGames. We also do Magic the Gathering on Tuesdays and Wednesday nights with commentary. So it doesn't feel like you're watching a show for mute people.
Dumb people, right?
Mute.
Deaf?
Oh, sorry, deaf people.
Deaf people.
Not mute people.
No, yeah.
No.
Mute is dumb.
A show hosted by mute people and for deaf people. We should have like the guy in the corner of the screen like doing sign language. That'll be fun.
I mean, I think that really, yeah, and like you see some American sports, they already do that.
Yes,
but
yes, I know.
And I think Japanese news and a lot of other people, they already do that. But
We
I mean,
should no.
we're not at that level yet. I don't
No,
think.
Google, okay, Google, if you are listening, if you're watching, anybody in Google, please suggest this. Your voice to text.
Voice to sign. That would be interesting.
Yeah, your voice to well, we can just have subtitles. We don't have to get some guy to do sign language.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
subtitles are fine. Right?
Yeah, subtitles
Yeah.
are fine.
Because it's going to be very difficult for sign language to go like gold bears.
Yeah, I suppose so.
A bit tough,
No,
lah.
I mean like they can do that, but like basically every card you require some amount of doing this, unless the forward's name is 7, which is
7.
something that's signable. But yeah. I don't think like card streaming is, or like even like game streaming. I don't think we're at the point where that kind of inclusion is a priority yet, which is sad because there are a lot of people who
do have that disability.
some disabilities
and-
who are very
yeah.
interested in the game. I met one of these people in one of the Magic the Gathering Grand Prix a few months back, two GPs back, and he was telling us some of the difficulties that he has with some of the streams and stuff. He can't really watch it very effectively. But yeah, maybe we'll be at the forefront of this Grey Ogre Games.
Special needs, man.
Making
special needs
making
our
streams
priority.
inclusive.
Yes.
It's all about
Yes.
inclusion nowadays. But yeah, hope you guys all had fun watching the stream. We'll continue to try and do this.
Every week, every week,
we'll try,
Tuesdays,
we'll try.
Wednesdays, Fridays, which means
Yeah, and I mean particularly the FF stream, right? This is something that's a
Yes.
little bit like our
that's
baby.
lacking here.
Yeah. I mean not just here. I mean worldwide. I think that there's a lack of like commentary.
Oh, there's a guy who did. He posted on the FFTCG group. I've yet to check him out. He's doing a podcast as well. It's called
it's cool.
Mockcast.
Mockcast, that's awesome.
Mockcast.
But yeah, I think that for the game to grow, it's going to require more efforts like this.
Yep.
I was very impressed with Japanese Nationals, the one that I keep referencing, where they got the lead game developer, and I think it was the CEO or vice president of the game to do the commentary. And that was really interesting. Yeah.
Because they're Japanese.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it shows the dedication that they have and the
Yes.
kind of investment that they have in the stream. And so we felt that we should do something similar.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully more and more people pick up this game. I think it's really fun.
It's fun.
And hopefully the developers continue to keep the game good. And we'll see how it goes.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Remember, you can catch the stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, twitch.tv/Grey Ogre Games. Catch the replays on youtube.com/Grey Ogre Games. Last but not least, do listen to our partners, the Power 9 Podcast and power9podcast.com. Although it is going to be ending very, very soon, so you can watch all the previous episodes of Power 9 Podcast. We are going to head out for the night. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.